You guys are wondering where I'm at? I'm en route. What you're looking at right there is Digital Smoke Signals' first medallion. This is the second medallion right here. I'm going to give an update today on the status of Digital Smoke Signals and also the legal of Digital Smoke Signals, where Digital Smoke Signals is at, in the vision of Digital Smoke Signals at Standing Rock. Again, for you guys just tuning in, this is the first logo of Digital Smoke Signals. And many of you guys may not know, but my background is wide in technology, wildland firefighting, Black Mountain hotshots, and indigenizing media, filmmaker. That's how the name of Digital Smoke Signals came to be. And a little bit of extraordinary here with the music in the background. That's flute music. Also added to a lot of the flavor of the documentaries you guys are seeing on Standing Rock videos, water protector videos. Hello, relatives in all the four directions. Napija na nishtahai. Na nishtahai numa shunami yarawa mogwe. Napija tumia. And I pray for good words, good thoughts, and in a good way when I share with you this message to all our Nimaga and Umira in the four directions. All our relations in the four directions. I'm in right now en route to Standing Rock, and I've gotten my spirit refilled with visiting my family and getting the input from the community, doing some traveling and getting awareness out there to Standing Rock, getting our voice out there about Standing Rock, and sharing the message to our relatives that have been donating and supporting in solidarity the water protectors up at Standing Rock. I'm going to take the time to take this moment right now to share this message, and just take a moment to share. Click to share real fast. Share it, share it, share it. Where I'm going is, or where I came from, I just got done visiting with some elders out in Lovelock, Nevada, the Kuparaka tribe, the band Kuparaka, and shared with my auntie and another elder over there, two more elders, 3, 4, 5, about my experience. The last time they seen me was 6 months ago, when they helped. They fed for me, or they fed me and my crew. Also, 20 was one of the brothers with me, Bucky was with me, and another sister, Leona, was up with me. We all came up, we're going our own way. Everyone just jumped in from the tribe, surrounding tribes and bands, Reno, and 20 was is Mashika. And we stopped and ate at a relative, Birdman's house, and his companion, Patty. And donations were given, many donations were given at that time. My car was so loaded down on top that my lights were popping out on the front. And we said a prayer and listened to what the need was with our community, and we made that journey. Fast forward 6 months till now, they've been watching that journey, and they've been a lot of them, you know, I've gotten calls, many over the last 6 months, of last 3 months from the videos, for me to come home. And I continue to document, I continue to push forward. And the injustice I've seen from the human rights violation, the Geneva Convention violation, civil rights violation, First Amendment, Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment, it fueled me to push the envelope farther than I think I've ever pushed myself, and to make sure that I set a place and a tempo for the crew that I was with to work hard. And now they're home with their families, and there is so much more work to do right now. All our supporters out there believe that in the speaking from Washington, Oregon, all the way through California is what's next, what's going on. So what I'm going to do is to make sure I answer your questions. We also have one of Digital Smoke Signals' proteges out there. The core value of Digital Smoke Signals was to start a youth media group, as well as an indigenous women's group and independent media, to support independent media. And with your help and donations, that happened. So right now you got Indigenous Women's Collective out there, and I believe that's a team of 3 to 4. and gonna grow, and out there reporting the media right now. So today the project that Indigenous Women's Media Collective did was webcasting the human rights violations and seminar that was going on today, which you can find on Digital Smoke Signals. Share that. Take a message to share that, because what we've been talking about back home is that the militarized presence there up on the camp. When the military is gone and when DAPL has closed shop, then you know it's over. But it is not over, and far from over right now. It looks like I'll get a weak connection here. If it gets weaker, I'll reconnect again and pick up where I left off. Where we have to go with this is it's not over, and there's 600 to date water protectors that have been arrested. 600, me being one of them. Where are we at with the tribe? The questions are being asked out there. Are the water protectors being taken care of by the tribe with all of the financial donations that came in? Those are the questions that we're going to ask when I get there. Again, keep in mind Morton County is on this webcast. They're trolls on this webcast, so I don't go into detail like I used to go before by informing you guys about all the details. So you can always inbox me and just be familiar with what's happening now. We're seeing a militarized police department troll Facebook posts, troll the camp, troll social media in a way where they're giving Facebook felonies as prolific as one of them. Also, my charge was through catching the first mercenary up there, this Dakota Access Security, who was stalking. I actually got the stalking charge. So you can see how serious it is and how very careful we need to be careful on social media with our words and role model healthy communication here. The other thing is the camp moving and what's going on at the camp? Those are all the other questions we're going to be answering out there with video, with testimonials. Where we are today with the militarized police presence up on top is very important. Also, the Avenger that's sitting up on top. What does that look like, and what is it for water protectors? And you know, a lot of our blessings back home from our relatives are coming up this way from Paiute country, and their concerns are heavy, just like many of your concerns out there, and your prayers are very much appreciated. So one of the biggest questions is, where do the donations go now? Well, you only have 2 media groups that are out there right now, so the rest are kind of independent on their own, just updating things, and that's what's important. I'll answer that. You guys are always welcome to donate to Digital Smoke Signals, and we're going to continue to do this work as independent media, and important to support our native media out there as well. Where's the drill pad? That's another one we're going to answer, is where's the drill pad at this? I put in a previous post to look at the footage back in December where I was filming the west pad, where they were working on a gas line. Can that gas line be used to pump oil, transport oil? Are they using oil to test the pressure of those pipelines? Are those violations? Those are the questions I'm looking for you to help answer and keep updated, because Morton County is the distraction. They're the weak link here. And the chain of that link is the Dakota Access Pipeline. So remember that. Let's stay focused on there, and so much appreciate all you guys' help. Want to really make sure that I communicate with our water protectors on the ground with the language they're using out there, the cussing and the agitating. I want to make sure that they understand that we're there in solidarity. I'm there in solidarity, and that the community is the one that has to go through this. But don't be fooled that that is going to stop the bridge from being opened, because it is definitely not going to be stopping the bridge from being opened. We have witnessed this pattern throughout Indian country throughout the last 500 years. And we talked about this, about the ghost dance, about the different ceremonies that happened during that time, and we've fast forwarded till now, and what our people have been lied to. You know, at one time in Nevada, the railroad that came through our reservation, came through our homelands, we could ride the railroad for free, and we heard a lot of promises during those times too. So it was important for me to go sit with our elders and get back a lot of that history, to research the history and familiarize myself with the broken promises which we have right now, 1851 broken treaty, to say this is planned. They have not upheld their promises since Lewis and Clark. Lewis and Clark made many promises to the tribe, so it's so important that you educate yourself on the history. Think about those things along the way, the promises that they made, and without Sacagawea, they would have never made it. And she made it all the way home, and she had a baby, and she made it home. So these are the things that we're looking at, researching, that we're kind of desensitized in a way from the historical trauma that's happened there at Standing Rock. But right now, make no mistake, it is current trauma. It is no longer historical trauma, it is current trauma. And we have to be mindful of what's happening there at Standing Rock and our non-native relatives that are also going through that current trauma. So any of your help in articulating this is welcomed, and we're going to move forward, because this is not stopped. And I can tell you that, even though maybe the tribe had said it stopped, it has not stopped, because I still got to go to court, pending court. So that's one reason why this is not stopped. The new front line is the intellectual battle, the legal battle. And by seeing that the due process was being violated in the very beginning, this is how I'm telling you that this is not stopped at all. So again, when I get to Standing Rock, I'm going to share with you guys more in detail, a visual detail, and shorten down a lot of the keywords that we need to focus on. How do we hold them accountable for the violations, the human right violations? That is where we are also. So take a moment to think of those things and send a blessing our way, for our water protectors are still in the fight. They're still holding the line, and we need to make sure that they know that they have that support. But also write them and let them know to be respectful, talk respectful. You support them, but have them to talk respectful. That's the main thing I think we need to let them know, is that there is support. Share with them, though, that the world is watching, and I'm definitely going to share with them the world is watching. From what I've seen out there, there's so much love for the water protectors. Not all of these guys may be water protectors either. As we've seen from Kyle Thompson, he is an infiltrator with an AR-51, a sniper rifle. So we have to be mindful of that, as well as the news media that we documented early in October, the Irish guy that was kicked out of camp, that locked himself inside of the car. These are recognizable things that we see and document and share with you guys. I want to, guys, take a look at the water protectors that were protecting, that had stopped the sniper that was on the bridge, Kyle Thompson, and they are being charged with felonies. It really bothers me that we're seeing the injustice and how can they, as human beings, do this and be this way, the police. And as I continue to watch the footage, we see more and more actions in there. Again, there's tactical units in there. The guys you see in Black Ops, those are a tactical unit that were brought in. And without too much info, relatives, thank you very much for sharing and staying connected with me in Digital Smoke Signals and my team, and that we're continuing to work on this every single day, and until we bring justice to what's happening in the atrocities throughout Indian country. And that as we got a new president, it was one of the darkest days that I've seen in my lifetime with leadership, and there didn't seem to be a whole lot of support for him, but we're going to hope that he makes the right choices, because this is what we have to work with. We don't have to like it, but we can put our best foot forward and role model what it is to be healthy in leadership. So again, you can go to Digital Smoke Signals. You can still support us at Digital Smoke Signals, independent media. We're going to be up there trying to make sure that we keep you aware on the water protectors court dates, and keep updated on where they are in felonies and misdemeanors and the due process, and document, if we can, get more information from Bismarck and see what their thoughts are and what's happening here. But I also want to thank my relatives in Lovelock that took care of one of the water protectors. They broke down in Lovelock, and there was some misunderstanding about water protectors. What about, but not to our indigenous people, to the community, yes, to the indigenous people there wasn't. In that town, they were told not to go over to the reservation for help, and no one would help them in town in Lovelock. And they walked over to the reservation over at the colony, Kuparakara is what they're called, and instantly got help. And that story got shared with me. And I want to say that the girl and her companion or her friend at that time did say thank you, and I think I did meet him in Standing Rock, and I think I know who it is. So if you're watching, I'll be in contact with you. But our relatives, you'll never know if you don't go connect with the people around you. And I encourage Bismarck to go and interact with the people and find out what's going on at Standing Rock. Most of the people I spoke with have never seen the bridge and militarization until they seen Facebook, because mainstream media was not reporting it. So those are the small things why independent media is so important to share the story, but also as an indigenous independent media, you're seeing it through indigenous eyes. So this is where we are today, and here is where I'm at. When you gotta go where you gotta go, you're gonna drive through any storm and anywhere to get to your water protectors and to do what's right. And our water protectors are not just indigenous people, mind you. They are all four directions relatives: white, black, Asian, different countries. They're not just our indigenous brothers and sisters, they're all our relatives from all four directions around Turtle Island, around the world. So keep in mind, that's where I'm going, is to help our water protectors. I keep saying this is not just an indigenous issue, this is a human issue. And if you know where you're from, your lineage, your family history, Europe, Spain, whether you're looking at Cuba, anywhere in the world, if you know where your family lineage is and you've been there to your homelands, you're indigenous to your homelands. And many of our relatives, they don't know that I've met at Standing Rock. They don't know where they're from, their family lineage, they've lost that. And so America has become their homelands. So from being here, to me, we're all related now, and this is where we're going to go back into the earth. Let me see if I can get a couple of questions from you guys, and I'm going to be on the road for a while here, and to get there to my relatives, I'm much eager to get up there and bring you guys what's happening around Standing Rock, what's happening in the community. I spoke with Grandma from Grandma's Kitchen, and she's doing a whole lot better. She's feeling good. Thanks everyone for those prayers and blessings. She's awesome. That kitchen, she made that kitchen. Regardless of whose other kitchen that was, the love that came from Grandma's food was amazing. The love that came from her greeting everybody in there, that's what we all need to feel, is that love. And that's what makes Grandma's Kitchen so important to keep going. The UN is also up there. One of the questions from an elder asked, why couldn't the UN bring in the UN military, their own military, to stand in the front of the water protectors, and to say that Morton County and the National Guard and whoever else is on top of that mountain in their unmarked vehicles has committed violations and the human rights violation? That's a question we like to ask the UN. But again, we need to have you guys share this. Aho, guys, and thank you guys for your tuning in and sharing this message, Digital Smoke Signals. Many of you guys want to know how I started Digital Smoke Signals, and I'll close out with this, is that I started Digital Smoke Signals when I was in my undergrad at Haskell Indian Nations University. And during one of the summers, I was up in Idaho firefighting on Black Mountain hotshots. I almost got killed by a tree. We call them widowmakers. It flew off the top and almost took me out. And I was sitting there just kind of collecting myself after the day was done. And I was watching two big fires, and I decided to start thinking, what am I going to call my business? My background is technology. I'm a webmaster, graphic design artist, and also wireless schematic designer. And it just made sense. I was also a trainer in Computers 101, and I was a firefighter. We call them complexes. When fires over a certain acreage combine, they can become a complex. And so when I was watching these two fires come together, and I just came up with digital smoke signals. I was on the Hot Shot crew, Black Mountain Hot Shots, and it just made sense. And that's how digital smoke signals was formed. As I started to form digital smoke signals, I started to come up with core values for digital smoke signals. One of those was to empower the youth in the communities that I work in. At the time, I didn't have all the tools that I have now. I'm a historical trauma trainer, cultural monitor, professor, and those are the tools and elements I brought into digital smoke signals and created core values. A few years later, I became an ambassador as an American Indians for Opportunity ambassador, and they really helped me. An amazing program. LaDonna Harris, we call her Mama LaDonna. She's amazing. Took me under her wing for 2 years with 20 other ambassadors throughout Indian country that were selected for their community initiative. My community initiative was Bridging the Digital Divide throughout Indian country. And this came very handy over in Standing Rock while we were there. I was able to document the Stingray, document the cell phone blockage, and to document, that was the FCC violations, then to document airspace encroachment, which was FAA, and document the Stingray that was also on top. We started documenting the drones in the air. So all of that came into effect. The only challenge that I seen was not having the proper tools in the early stage to document them. So digital smoke signals, as I evolved with what I was doing with digital storytelling with the youth all throughout Indian country, right before I came to Standing Rock, I was working with the Six Nations. I was at a conference called The Good Mind up there in the Six Nations Onondaga area with my AIO brother Michael, and got to put on some training and also put on the philosophy of digital smoke signals core values. Part of those core values weren't 100% played out until I got to Standing Rock, where one of the core values in there was to start an Indigenous women's media group and empower Indigenous media, and also youth media, which I'm proud to say I completed all three of those. As you can see, as Indigenous Women Collective is one of them, where they have their own equipment and drone, and the youth media, we're going to be pushing the envelope with iPads, which you guys seen this summer, last summer actually, in September, August, September, October was youth media. So now it's switching into the intellectual battle with those core values, and that's protecting the sacred, protecting the water, but protecting the water protectors that were doing the protection. And looking forward to your help, looking forward to all our relatives out there that are helping, and thank you guys for all of your support and solidarity. It's been an amazing journey, and the journey's continued. Thank you to all our relatives back home, our Paiute Nation, our Shoshone Nation, our Washoe Nations that have helped, our Navajo Nation that sent your relatives up there, our Choctaw Nation over there, our sister in the radio in California, Grass Valley, all of them relatives that have been standing in solidarity, the Bay Area, much love out there, and I think it's San Juan area with my relative Roberto. Thank you for opening your home up and your family, taking us on an amazing hike out there. Los Angeles, sharing all the love, and I just keep thinking of Princess Leia. The story that was told to me is that before she had took the journey world, the journey to the spirit world, they had said that she had been watching digital smoke signals updates, and I wish I would have been able to tell her how much that Star Wars was an inspiration. On one of my videos farther back, I had posted on the Star Wars app, and used that Star Wars app as a video to get out our message on the encroachment of our water. And I want to thank you guys all down in Hollywood, Mickey down there for your hard work, Tina for your editing, all your relatives down there that I don't get to study. I did not get to see that I wanted to get to see. Francis Fisher out there, and Jane Fonda, that's been a big help and inspiration to all of us out here. Thank you guys for your work and continued work. I know I'm missing a few of you guys that have been in contact. Mark Ruffalo, Shailene, Ashley, all you guys, her parents have been amazing. And all you guys that come in and did nonviolent direct drone action training with me. And thank you for trusting me to teach you guys how to do that. And stay in touch, keep in touch, stay connected. You can also mail digital smoke signals, P.O. Box 589, Fort Yates, 58538, I believe. Fort Yates zip code 58538. And I'll continue to keep you updated on more of the current conditions. If you guys got some comments, put them in there. I have a little bit more time. It's not as fresh as it was before, and I've been reading through those. And if you guys are looking at being updates in, and we can do a Skype update to your class, schedule me in, and I'll do everything I can to make sure that I can do that. And if you want to fly, if you want to fly one of the water protectors out, get in contact with me, and I'll do everything I can to share their message, share what it is that how you need to get them out of there to get there and visit. I think it's important that we get water protectors out of there one at a time so they can get out there and get refreshed and get home for a little bit. So my battery's gonna die. Thank you guys and all the relatives in the four directions. Many blessings to you guys. And thank you for your support, solidarity. Aho, napija tumia, going a good way. Napija yadawa, pijana nishtahai. Good blessings. Good blessings, all my Namaga, and I'll keep you updated as I roll along. Keep shooting on me, keep thinking on the strategizing, what we're gonna do to protect our water protectors. And here we go. This is now how you can cover your tracks, is using the spirits to cover your tracks in that snow. Beautiful, beautiful weather here. Gonna replenish the earth. Gonna bring water. This is what we need, much needed snow. Oh, relatives, going a good way.